Soul Driver here, coming at you with Rage Gaming. Now, for many of you that may not know, the expansion 1 did release yesterday. I was able to play through the entire campaign, and I have already posted videos of the campaign if anyone wanted to watch those. There are 8 parts. I kind of tried to single out the missions as a different part, but some of them were kind of iffy of where if that was technically an end of a mission, or because I think like the last one it was 30 minutes long because of the fact they kept adding a new objective after a new objective. But anyways, like I said, if you want to go watch that, you can. And because of new expansion, I decided it is definitely time to clean out my vault. I have way too many guns. I'm like literally maxed out for my vault, and pretty much all my characters are maxed out as well. So to make room for the new weapons, I am releasing videos of what I feel were the best. For this one, I'm trying to like do as many of them as possible grouped into one, because I'm trying to save some time. Cause like what I was doing before was I do 5 of the same type of weapons, compare them to each other, and then do another 5 and compare those, and just kind of like, you know, keep going until it was whittled down to like there were 3 to 5 weapons of that type left, depending on how much I like that type of weapon. But it was very time consuming, and it was definitely a very strain of trying to keep it organized and everything. So I decided instead to go to my vault. For my hunter, I took out all the pulse rifles, and I took out all the grenade launchers, and I did basically tested them out, the pulse rifles against all the different pulse rifles that are in my vault and on my hunter. And then I went through and did the same thing with the grenade launchers, and I just ran through the public events because I had to do them anyways for the EDZ. So basically I just ranked them from a number of 1 to however many weapons I had, and I would like to only discuss the top 3 that I felt were worth keeping. I mean, like I said before in one of my previous videos, this is just my opinion. If you feel that there are better weapons or something that suits your style better, by all means, you can go ahead and do this. I did not do Crucible, which I kind of wish I did, but like I said, it is very time consuming, and my vault is pretty much maxed out. I can't play much of the new content or public events or anything like that because of the fact I have no space for any new weapons. So anyways, I went and did public events, and for the pulse rifle, the top 3 I felt were the best. Number 1 was Nightshade, which is the Vanguard pulse rifle. Number 2 was Heart of Time, which is the Future War Cult pulse rifle. And number 3 was Kazadina, I can't even pronounce it. But yeah, those were the top 3 for me. Pretty much up there pretty high was the Iron Banner one, as well as Gabatron, if you like those ones. My least favorite, I have to say, was the, let's see if I can find that on here. Well, last Perdition, sorry, I am totally horrible at these names, wasn't exactly one of my best favorite at all. It was, I don't know, kind of scored very low. Another one, 3 Graves, that one did horrible, which is kind of disappointing considering the fact that this is second Dead Orb weapon I haven't really been fond of, because I did Dire Promise review on that one, and I was not a big fan of that one as well. It definitely scored very low compared to the other hand cannons that are in this game. So yeah, that was kind of disappointing that 3 Graves came down so low, but I don't know. I guess that's how Bungie feels. I don't really see any perks to using it because of how bad it is. Like, it's kind of a bummer too because it is a faction weapon, but I am very grateful that the Heart of Time was very good, and I've actually have not gotten to use it yet, and this is the first time I used it was for this video that I'm making right now, and I was like super impressed. I'm like, oh, this is really good. I was not expecting this, because usually the Future War Cult, I don't know, I guess I kind of could expect it because Future War Cult, the number was very good, and that was definitely one of my favorites. So I don't know, maybe I'm just a Future War Cult person when it comes to weapons. I personally like New Monarchy's colors, but I don't know, I don't know, I like Dead Orbit's colors too, but I'm not very a big fan of the fact that their weapons are not the greatest. I am pretty excited to see how the next faction rally is going to go, and whether or not the old weapons are still going to be available because of the season changing and everything. But anyways, for the grenade launchers, I ranked them as well. And like I previously said, this is only from my vault and my hunter. I most likely have more on my other characters, which I will do a video later on out of the ones that I kept from the vault and my hunter compared to the ones that are on my titan and my warlock, just to kind of give you guys an overall of what I thought. But anyways, for my grenade launchers, I think I had like, I'm seeing 6 here that were in my vault or on my hunter already. And the number 1 is the Prospector. I can't say, like, I don't know, it's definitely compares very well with the other grenade launchers. Like there was no, I don't know, I guess I kind of think the Lion exotic grenade launcher was very horrible. I deleted that right away. I didn't even, like, I barely used that. So I mean, I can't say accurately how it compares with the rest of them, but the Prospector is definitely the number one for me because of the fact that it is basically fully automatic, and you just hold down the trigger button and it like dumps them like onto the enemy, which is very good. And it comes with a decent amount of ammo, where like Flash and Thunder gives you one, so it basically gives me the vibe of like a souped up shotgun type of thing, or a rocket launcher just literally shoots one and that's it. So that one scored very low for me. The worst was Berginger's, sorry, like I said, I'm horrible names. Berginger's Memory. That one scored the least for me. But overall, none of the grenade launchers were extremely horrible to the point that I wouldn't play with them if that was all I had. Like some of the other weapons that I played with, like Bad News, that one was horrible for me. I couldn't make it work. But this doesn't apply to this. The grenade launchers were overall pretty decent. But the top three were Prospector, Orpheus Rig, and Play the Game. And Play the Game's kind of debatable because I don't know. It did well, but it kind of wasn't very much different than the Memory Interdict. Sorry, like I said, I'm horrible pronouncing names. And it didn't, I don't know, it's probably about just as good as the Iron Banner grenade launcher as well. But definitely the two that I prefer the most are Prospector, Orpheus Rig, which it may just be that because I use them so often that I might be comfortable using them. So I can't give an accurate first impression on it. When I first played Orpheus Rig, I hated it, but that's just because I hated grenade launchers in general, and that's pretty new to how grenade launchers work, because like I said in Destiny 1, I pretty much favored rocket launchers and my hand cannon. I wouldn't use anything else at all. And coming into Destiny 2, being completely blank, having nothing new, basically my husband kind of helped me through Destiny 1 and did a lot of stuff, because it was definitely one of my first-person shooters. I did play a couple Call of Duty matches before this, but it wasn't like I was something I was super into. But I did want to play shooting-based games, so I kind of got into Destiny when it launched. I helped my husband pay for the DLC for the expansion 1 on Destiny 1, and he kind of like helped me learn how to play the game, as well as basically how the game's set up and how everything works inside it, as well as helping me get through story missions and the strike. Like when I first played Destiny 1, I didn't do all the story missions. I think I went all the way to Mars, and then I just kind of gave up. I was like, I can't do this. This is too hard. Well, the same with strikes. I hardly ever did strikes. Now in Destiny 2, I did complete the campaign once for for my hunter, both times for expansion 1 and the original campaign by myself. But basically, if my husband wants to play on my characters, I let him play as long as he's not messing anything up. But like, I definitely wanted to do a campaign on my own. I do strikes now too as well, so that's definitely an improvement from Destiny 1. So I've kind of like stretched out my area of strengths of what weapons I use. So like I said, at first I was pretty new to Orpheus Rig. I hated it. When I got Prospector though, I was like, yep, I love this. This is amazing. It does so well. I mean, it's not like it's high damage, but definitely fires very quickly. And when you got an enemy that's right up on top of you, firing slow is just not always an option. But anyways, other than that, that is, like I said, the number one for the pulse rifle for me was the Heart of Time, and the number one grenade launcher was Prospector. Other than that, I'll see you later.